Can everybody see that one square that looks like a genie in a lamp? One of the squares just there now. A person just came back. There was just a blue lamp that looked like the kind that a genie would be in. No fair, you guys get to all hear my voice cracking, but I don't get to hear yours cracking. It's actually not cracking, it's going back and forth into head voice. I'm doing NG. So the purpose of this one is to access all the resonance above the mouth. There's so much sound, beautiful sound that can be made without the mouth. It's all this stuff up here. So if you say the sound ng, you're causing this part of your voice to resonate. And if you close the mouth, you're minimizing the involvement of the mouth and just focusing on that. That's what we're doing. Okay, let's do this one. It's a yodel thing, back and forth between head voice and chest voice. Now we'll go back up for the high voices. try some of these. Try this one. Vocal fry directly into a high falsetto squeak, something like this. So instead of sliding through your whole range, you're just trying to jump up to a high note. Okie doke. You should feel a little bit warmed up. Let's start with Walking My Baby. I'm going to run it from the top, and then we're going to stop and work on anything in particular that you would like to work on. I understand that the links to this, I put up new rehearsal tracks that have the new lyrics, and I understand that the links aren't working. The reason is because they haven't updated the links. So if you click on the link, it's trying to go to the old video or the old MP3. So if the easiest way to find it is just to go to YouTube and search for it. Sounds Good Choir, Walking My Baby Back Home, and all the new videos are up there. Or you can go to the channel and just manually search, but they haven't updated the links, and I don't know why. Sorry about that. One, two, ready, go.
Gee, it's great after being out late, walking my baby back home. Arm in arm over meadow and farm, walking my baby back home. We go along harmonizing a song, or I'm reciting our song. Owls go by and they give me the eye, walking my baby back home. We stop for a while, she gives me a smile and snuggles her head to my chest. We started to pet, and that's what I get. Her powder all over my vest. Hand in hand to a barbecue stand, right from the door where we adore when we roam. One kiss, then I continue again, walking my baby back home. Walking my baby back home. I don't wanna walk without you, baby. Baby, baby. Walk without my arm around you, baby. Baby, baby. I thought the day you left me behind. The day you left me behind. I'd take a stroll and get you right off my mind. But now I find that I don't wanna walk without the sunshine. Why, oh why do you have to turn off all that sunshine? Oh baby, please come back or you'll break my heart for me. Cause I don't wanna walk without you, no siree. We stop for a while, she gives me a smile and snuggles her head to my chest. We started to pet, and that's what I get. Her powder all over my vest. Hand in hand to a barbecue stand, right from the door where we adore when we roam. One kiss, then I continue again, walking my baby, walking my baby, walking my baby back home.
back home. Jazz hands. Let's practice. Okay, so in many ways, I think this is the most difficult or one of the most difficult songs, particularly for uh, bass, tenor, and alto. There's some real tricky harmonies, there's some tricky rhythms. Any particular spot that you want to shed slowly or isolated, anything that you feel like you're missing? We can certainly run it again from the beginning, but what about, particulars?
Paul, this is Catherine. We got new pages a few weeks ago, around page 4. But every time when I practice with the things, and I just use alto, so alto alone, it's still got the old words on page 4.
Sure.
Or I'm crazy. I don't know.
Well, I put up new tracks about 10 days ago.
That's what Jonathan said, but I just listened to it this morning because I thought I would ask you, and I swear that it's the same. It's the old tracks.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're listening to the old ones, but I put up new ones. So
New tracks.
yeah,
Oh, all right.
the problem is that they haven't updated the link. So how are you accessing the track?
I am going. Hold on a minute. I go on to Sounds Good, and then I go to Sounds Good Choir. Let's see.
On the website?
Yep, on the website.
So they haven't updated the links, which I don't know why they haven't. So that link is still the old link taking you to the old track.
So where do I get to the new link?
If you go to YouTube,
Oh, all right.
go
So
to,
do it on YouTube
yeah,
rather than,
and
okay,
so they update the links, and I don't know why they take so long to update the links. It doesn't-
okay. All right. Well, that answered that question. Thank you.
So on YouTube, all the new stuff is there.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Use links. They're the old links taking you to the old track. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, no,
Any other trouble spots? You want to just run it again?
sure.
Let me hit mute all. Here we go, from the beginning. One, two, ready, go.
Gee, it's great after being LA, walking my baby back home. I'm in
the park.
and far,
Walking.
baby back home. We go along harmonizing a song, or I'm reciting our song. Hours go by and they give me the eye, walking my baby back home. We stop for a while, she gives me a smile and snuggles her head to my chest. We started to paint, and that's when I get her powder all over my vest. Hand in hand to a barbecue stand, right from her door when we were going wrong. One kiss, then I continue again, walking my baby back home. Walking my baby back home. I don't wanna walk without you, baby. Baby, baby. Walk without my arm around you, baby. Baby, baby. I thought the day you left me behind. The day you left me behind. I'd take a stroll and get you right off my mind. But now I find that I don't wanna walk without the sunshine. Why, oh why do you have to turn off all that sunshine? Oh baby, please come back or you'll break my heart for me. Cause I don't wanna walk without you, no siree. We stopped for a while. snuggles her head to my chest. We start into bed, and that's when I get her powder all over my vest. Hand in hand to a barbecue stand, right from the door where we were horribly wrong. One kiss, then I continue again, walking my baby, walking my baby, walking my baby back home. I'm walking my baby, baby back home.
Any trouble spots you want to work on? Isolated, slowed down? Yes, Susan?
Just where we divide at the top of page 10, that, actually that first measure at the top of page 10.
Are you singing middle?
I'm trying to sing middle, but I can't hear it.
Yeah, it's hard. So the chord is this. Her, the line before. That's when I get her powder all over my best hand. Her powder all over my vest. Hand in hand to a barbecue stand. Are you an alto or soprano?
Soprano.
Okay, so the line before, that's when I get her powder all over my best hand. That's kind of a tricky note. It's kind of in the middle. It's like it's somewhat easy to hear when it's isolated, but I think it's hard to hear when it's going by lickety split and all those other notes are in there. So her powder all on the word O, it's the middle of this chord. And then it goes my best, it's the middle of this chord. Does that help at all? Hearing it isolated like that? I think it's tricky when the song's going by super fast. There's a lot of notes that you could, wrong notes that you could sing that are still in the chord that sound good. So you might be singing one of those. It just goes, it does her powder all over. So it goes up to the melody on dur, and then it goes back to the note that you were just on. Her powder all over my, and then this is up a half step. Her powder all over my vest, and then it stays there. Hand in hand to a barbecue stand. I don't know if that helps at all.
Isn't it the same exact figure when we're doing it quicker? Her powder all over my vest. Isn't it this? It's the same, except for you hold that all right? Is that right?
That's correct. So bottom of 4, it's the same pattern as bottom of 4. It's just in a new key.
And you hold it all over.
Correct. But
Yeah.
the first part of it's the same. Anybody else?
Could you do the same part for the tenors, please? That same one you were just working on?
Top of 10.
Yes, please.
Let me get my glasses. Her powder all over my best hand. So let's go back a phrase. That's when I get to a 3, 4. That's when I get her powder all over my best. Hand in hand. Does that help? Hearing it isolated. I know that's a tricky moment for several parts, and it makes sense slowed down and isolated, and then you put it in the song at regular speed with all the other notes in there. It's hard to find it. Anybody else?
Yeah. Can we hear basses in like top of 11 measures 93, 94?
Yeah, those are tricky. So, sorry, continue again, walking my baby, walking my baby. So, continue again, continue again, walking my baby, walking my baby. Walking my baby. One more time. Continue again. 2, 3, and continue again. Walking my baby. Walking my baby. Walking my baby.
Yeah, helpful, thank you.
You bet.
Could we do basses and tenors there so we kind of know what we should be doing?
You bet. So here's the tenors. 2, 3, and walking my baby, walking my baby. That's a tricky one. Walking my baby, walking my baby. Here's tenor and bass together. Bass, tenor. 2, 3, 4. One more time. Bass. Somebody's unmuted here. Hang on just one second. Bass and tenor. 2, 3, 4. Does that help hearing it that way? It's a tricky line, I think. What's next? Yes, Joy? Sorry, you're muted, Joy.
As long as we've been doing all the parts, can we do everything together on 10 and on? Well, everybody.
Starting from where?
Then from 10, from where everybody's been practicing just now.
Okay, so let me do it with the track because it'll be
Yeah, that's great, whatever works.
more helpful.
Thank you.
So 86, 5, 4. Let me see if this is where I am.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get.
See where I am? So I think I'm last measure, bottom of 9, rolling in.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get. Her powder all over my vest. Having had.
So are you able to get your note jumping in like that? Here it comes again.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get. Her powder all over my vest.
One more time.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get. Her powder all over my vest.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the first 2 measures and then I'm going to stop the track and play the middle ladies part by itself.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get.
One more time, same thing.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get.
And I'll do the same thing for tenors.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get.
Does that help to hear it isolated that way? Any other spots you want to work on?
Roll it to the end then from that part on and roll it to the very end.
Starting to bed, and that's what I get. Her powder all over my vest. Having had to a barbecue stand right from the door where we were going wrong. One kiss, then I continue again. Walking my baby, walking my baby, walking my baby back home. I'm walking my baby, baby back home.
More requests? Run it from the beginning again.
Could you run the bases for 4 measures starting at 87, please?
You bet. I'm going to run it just a little bit before that so you can jump in and get your note instead of having to start right on that measure. Let me mute everybody else. Here it comes.
Over my best, hand in hand to a mother kiss, and right from her door where we adore where we're on one.
Once again, mute, sorry, real quick.
Over my best, hand in hand to a mother kiss, and right from her door where we adore where we're on one kiss then.
Does that help? Full of tricky spots, and it goes by fast. And you could be singing the wrong note, but it still sounds good because it's a note that's in the chord. It might not be the note that's written for your part, but there's
It's very reassuring.
lots of yummy notes that are the wrong notes, but they still sound good because it's jazzy harmony. Okay, who would like to run it again from the beginning? No one. So we're moving on. Let me close that. Next is Our House. Is a very, 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 very fine house. That was my version of it, and they cut it down. See? See how it is? 1 and 2 and.
I'll light the fire. You place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Staring at the fire for hours and hours while I listen to you play your love songs all night long for me, only for me. Come to me now, come to me now. Rest your head for just 5 minutes. Everything is done. Such a cozy room. Such a cozy room. Windows are illuminated by the evening sunshine through them. Fiery gems for you, only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And la 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 Our house is a very, 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 very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And I light the fire while you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today.
Well, that's a very, 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 very fine song.
Yes, it is. Any requests?
The la-la starting at 64.
What did you say?
The la-la starting at 64.
You would like to rehearse those?
Yeah, just the la-las.
What part are you?
I'm a soprano.
Let me mute the other parts real quick. Does that help? Would you like to hear it again, or is one time enough? Annette, would you like to hear it again, or is one time enough?
One time's enough.
Okay. Anybody else?
Paul, when I get later in the piece, like pages 8 and 9, it's awfully high for basses. Do you have any tips on how to keep me from fatiguing?
You are correct. It is high for basses. I think it's not great writing for basses, actually. So if it were me, I would flip into falsetto. So like even top of 8. La 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 la. Anytime it starts to be a little high feeling, you can flip into falsetto, flip back and forth, or you could stay in falsetto. La 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 la. Our house is a very, 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 very fine house. So I'm flipping it back and forth between falsetto and chest voice, and it's not quite so taxing. It didn't sound amazing, but oh, let's see, top of 9. 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. So I'm in my falsetto for all the higher notes. Does that help or make sense?
Yeah, thanks.
It's hard because it's low falsetto, so it's harder than high falsetto, and it's kind of high for chest voice. 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. So that's me trying to sing it in like a mix. It's not full chest voice. I'm not pushing the heavy chest voice up there. It's tricky, man. I wish I had a better suggestion for you, but certainly don't do anything that feels like pushing or straining.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You got a nice low bass speaking voice, which probably means this song feels high for you.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Anybody else? Yes, Ruth?
I put in a comment, but I guess you didn't see it.
Oh, now I see it. Sorry. The timing at the end. What voice part are you?
Well, I'm soprano, but I mean, it's very simple, but I think we're so used to hearing, at least I'm so used to hearing the original song in my head that I have a hard time with the timing on the.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky, and it's slowing down, which makes it trickier, and probably each conductor is going to interpret that a little differently. But here it is. Here's one version of it. 1 and 2. Today, today. 1 and 2. Ba ba bum bum. Does that help at all to hear it that way? And the underneath parts that like the tenors go on and 2 today, today, basses go today, today. I think it's kind of a tricky ending.
And I'm getting the feeling we won't slow down as much as we expect.
Well, I wasn't slowing down very much just then in my demonstration, but let me do it with a slowdown. A 1 and 2. Today off. Does that help hearing it that way? Each conductor's gonna slow down, you know, a different amount probably. 1 and 2. Today off. Something like that. Okay? Any other spots you want to hit? Okay, doke, let's move on, shall we? As we get closer to concert time, obviously there's fewer requests because you're knowing the music better. Here's Home on the Rock. Home on the Rock. Home on the Rock. It's hard to escape from the rock. Get it? The day we went to San Francisco most recently, the wait time for the tour of Alcatraz was 3 hours, so we skipped it. You had to like call weeks or months in advance to get a ticket. So instead, we rode our bicycles from Fisherman's Wharf to the bridge, over the bridge to Sausalito, and then took the ferry back. And it was a beautiful, clear day. But the bridge looks like it's just right there. We're like, oh, we can ride over there. Took us an hour and a half to get from Fisherman's Wharf just to where the bridge starts, because it's so big, it looks like it's close. And then you're riding and it's not getting any closer. It's still just as big.
The rock smells of bird guano because it's very stinky. So, you know, just maybe you didn't miss so much.
That's another song I'm writing called "The Rock is Very Stinky." So far, it has not sold well. A 1, 2, 3.
I'm building my home on the rock, on the rock. I'm building my home on the rock, oh Jesus. Building my home on the rock, on the rock. Children, listen to the word of the Lord. From high on the mountain, the fire fell down. Oh, hear the word of the Lord. Tell all God's children to gather round. Come and listen to the word of the Lord. I'm building my home on the rock, on the rock. I'm building my home on the rock, oh Jesus. Building my home on the rock, on the rock. Children, listen to the word of the Lord. God spoke the truth and the thunder roared. Oh, hear the word of the Lord. Now all of God's children better get on board. Better listen to the word of the Lord. I'm building my home on the rock, on the rock. I'm building my home on the rock, oh Jesus. Building my home on the rock, on the rock. Children, listen to the word of the Lord. No sand, no marsh, no fear, no way. I'll build my home. All God has to say, He has to say. I'm building my home on the rock, on the rock. I'm building my home on the rock, oh Jesus. Building my home on the rock, on the rock. Children, listen to the word of the Lord. Yes, I'm building my home on the rock. Children, build your home on the rock.
So I have a theory for all that's good or bad about virtual rehearsals and learning things from rehearsal tracks and with click tracks and so forth. I believe that it fosters independence among you singers to where you're able to sing without a conductor and you're able to sing on your own at home. Obviously, that's not as good or the same as singing in a choir with people right next to you, I'm not trying to replace that at all. But I think you guys are able to sing these songs, especially the ones that have steady tempo. You're able to sing them without a conductor because you're so used to singing along with the rehearsal track and the click and cutting things off in a precise way and matching the singing that's on the. So I wasn't conducting, and all of you were singing that song without me conducting or anybody conducting. That's my theory. Okay, any spots you want to work on, slow or isolated? Okie doke. Moving on then. Home. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. Here we go. Three, four.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Wind that makes the tall trees bend into leaning. Suddenly the snowflakes that fall have a meaning. Sprinkling the sea makes it all clean. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. If you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Let them be. Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it taught me to love. So it's real to me, and I learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours and mine. Like home. There's no place like home.
Questions? Tricky spots? Isolation? Slowed down? What do you need? What up do you need?
So you are going to instruct the soprano the last notes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because I couldn't see
Yeah.
you behind us there.
I didn't do it because there's a click track and there's a click. So and nobody's looking at me anyway. So
I was. Sorry, I will look at you when concert time.
yeah. So here, let's do the ending and I'll conduct this time. Here's the ending.
There's no place like home.
Clear as day.
If nobody has anything, I'd definitely like to run it one more time.
Okay, we can do that. You're the first request, so you get your request.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Wind that makes the tall trees bend into leaning. Suddenly the snowflakes that fall have a meaning. Sprinkling the sea makes it all clean. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. If you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Let them be. Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it taught me to love. So it's real to me, and I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours and mine. Like home. There's no place like home.
Okay. Any other requests, certain sections that you might be struggling to find your note or rhythm?
Last three measures for the basses, please.
Yeah. I think that's a hard note. 3, 4, no place like home. Let's go one more note. There's 2, 3. There's no place like home.
Can you play the chord at 58, please? On beat 1.
So here's bass note, and then here's the chord on top of it. That's a tricky chord. And then it goes to.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dave, I think of that as a leading tone, leading into that C resolve.
Yeah, that's how I think of it too. But it's tricky in the middle of that. There's no place like home. To grab that note in the middle of all that.
I'm listening for that octave of D flats in the bass, but it gets drowned out by the big chords above.
It might go better in the concert. You might hear it in a better way when it's not a recording. Anybody else?
Anybody else notice that the accompaniment, the opening piano is not quite right?
Yeah, I noticed it because I made
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
I read the left hand as bass clef, so it was. I read it as a D in bass clef, but it's really up here.
Yeah.
I noticed that about 3 months after I made it. Okie doke. Any other requests? Okay, moving on. Here we go. Let's do Going Home.
Going home, going home. I'm a going home. Quiet like some still day. I'm just going home. It's not far, just close by, through an open door. Work all done can make by, going to fear no more. Mother's there expecting me, Father's waiting too. Lots of folk gathered there, all the friends I knew. All the friends I knew. Morning star lights the way, restless dream all done. Shadows gone, break of day, real life's just begun. There's no break, there's no end, just a living on. Lie awake with a smile, going on and Going home, going home. I'm just going home. It's not far, just goes by, through an open door. I'm just going home.
Any requests?
Yeah, the bass is finding that F sharp, 4 before the end.
You read my mind, Dave.
Yeah, Rob.
It's tough. Let me see here. Again, I don't mean to be cliche, but I think of that as a leading tone to this note. Doesn't make it necessarily make it any easier to hear, but I hear it resolving to the F, so I hear it as a function of F. Let me see here. The two measures before is. Let's go back and just see here if I isolated a different way.
And play the chord at that first beat too, so we can hear it.
So I'm just gonna mute the other parts for a second here, basses.
I'm just going.
One more time, I'm gonna do that.
Open door. I'm just going home.
Did that help at all? Hearing it isolated? Let me keep the track in this time.
Open door. I'm just going home.
Does that help, basses?
Yes.
I could have
Yes, thank you.
I could have just written an easier note.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
The tenors are in unison with the basses there, aren't they?
Right. But the tenors weren't asking for help. I could have just made it an F chord.
Nope, you shouldn't change anything. It's perfect just the way it is.
It's too
I
late.
love this arrangement. Don't mess with it.
The first printing of it went out, it said Words and Music by Paul Langford. Nope.
Antonine Paul Langford?
Yeah, neither the music nor the words. It was just arranged by, and the publisher just made up, and 100,000 copies went out or whatever. Oops.
Yeah, accused of plagiarism, and it was not your fault.
Not my fault. Another thing I wrote had a bunch of triplets in it, and the first printing went out, and the triplets had no bracket with the 3, bracket 3. So all the measures look like they had too many notes in them. They look like they had 6 notes in a measure of 4/4 because the triplet brackets were missing on the whole song. So I had all these choir directors calling me saying, "Hey, what's up with your arrangement? Are they supposed to be triplets?" Yes, they're supposed to be triplets. The printer, whatever. Missed it. Anything else on this one? Shall we move along? You guys are awesome. You've learned this music yet again. Fly away, fly away, fly away home. Here it comes. Oh, that's not the right one. Sorry.
vision. That's how it should be. The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, when all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away home. Our dreams last forever, for all that we know. The roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away home. Ooh, we'll fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away.
Questions, requests? Anything isolated or slowed down?
Our conductor over Evanston said, on page 7, the last note, we're just cut short so we can be ready for the next page for the measure 80.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other requests?
I have a question. I asked Jonathan, I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Any idea who Pink Zebra is?
I don't.
Okay.
There's lots of speculation in the choral world. It's somebody using a pen name. I think it's somebody famous who was trying to create a new brand for themselves. So they just created a pen name so they could write a different style of music and not be pigeonholed with their other body of work.
Okay,
That's
thanks.
sort of the scuttlebutt. I don't know who it is though. Somebody who said they would like to run it again, so we are running it again. Here we go.
I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away home. Well, life is a vision, that's how it should be. The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, when all is complete, last forever. For all that we know, the roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away home. Ooh, we'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away.
Thoughts, requests, feelings, difficulties? Moving on. Bought me a cat, my cat bit me. Gave my cat to the SPCA. See? Just so many things you can do with the cat song. In Hong Kong, it was called the RSPCA. The Royal, it actually was called the RHKSPCA, the Royal Hong Kong Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Lots of things in Hong Kong during the British colonial days had the word royal in front of them. The Royal SPCA.
I bought me a cat, my cat pleased me. I fed my cat under yonder tree.
So the length of the word I is going to be determined by your director. This rehearsal track that I made was something that I lined up to a recording from YouTube, and it ended up being 4 clicks on the word I. Bling, I, 2, 3, 4, bought me a cat. I'm going to make it with my Arlington Heights Choir, I'm going to make it 2 clicks. Bling, I bought me a cat. But each of your directors will do it at their discretion. This one's 4, and we're just using this one for rehearsing online, that's why. Piano. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bought me a cat, my cat pleased me. I fed my cat under yonder tree. My cat says fiddle I feed.
And 2.
I bought me a duck, my duck pleased me. I fed my duck under yonder tree. My duck says quack, quack.
1 and 2.
My cat says fiddle I feed.
Soprano.
I bought me a goose, my goose pleased me. I fed my goose under yonder tree. My goose says quack, quack. My duck says quack, quack.
1 and 2.
My cat says fiddle I
1
feed.
and 2.
I bought me a hen, my hen pleased me. I fed my hen under yonder tree. My hen says shimmy shack, shimmy shack. My goose says quack, quack. My duck says quack, quack.
1 and 2.
My cat says fiddle I feed. I bought me a pig, my pig pleased me. I fed my pig under yonder tree. My pig says greavy, greavy. My hen says shimmy shack, shimmy shack. My goose says quack, quack. My duck says quack, quack.
1 and 2.
My cat says fiddle I
1
feed.
and 2.
I bought me a cow, my cow pleased me. I fed my cow under yonder tree. My cow says baa, baa. My pig says gravy, gravy. My hen says shimmy shack, shimmy shack. My goose says quack, quack. My duck says quack, quack.
1 and 2.
My cat says fiddle I feed. I bought me a horse, my horse pleased me. I fed my horse under yonder tree. My horse says neigh, neigh. My cow says baa, baa. My pig says gravy, gravy. My hen says shimmy shack, shimmy shack. My goose says quack, quack. My duck says quack, quack.
1 and 2.
My cat says fiddle I feed. I bought me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree. My wife says honey, honey. My horse says neigh, neigh. My cow says baa, baa. My pig says gravy, gravy. My hen says shimmy shack, shimmy shack. My goose says caw, caw. My duck says quack, quack. My cat says fiddle I feed.
Questions, requests?
That's
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble keeping up, with when the F comes in the Sopranos on, page 12, second score, third measure.
So it's cat says fiddle-I-fee. Why? Cat,
Fiddle-I-fee.
cat says fiddle-I-fee. I got me a wife. Cat says fiddle-I-fee too. I right in time, but the altos come in before. Cat says fiddle-I-fee.
That's where the sopranos a lot of time confused because we try to sing same time as alto, but alto comes first.
Cat says fiddle-I-fee, and I got me a wife. So to kind of ignore the alto, the underneath parts for that moment, if it's confusing.
I have a question, page 5, on the top, when the I bought me a hen, when do we come in? Sometimes I miscount there. I hen.
Oh,
Is it two click or one click or what?
before I bought me a hen?
Yeah, cat says fiddle-I-fee, and then how much I wait.
Cat says fiddle-I-fee. I bought me a hen, my hen.
It's one beat only, or
Yeah, what's 1.5 beats? Cat says fiddle-I-fee. I bought me a hen.
I understand now.
Any other requests? Ruth?
Paul,
Yes.
hi. Can you can you help us with the alto, bottom where alto comes in with I got me a wife with a different rhythm than everybody else.
Yeah, that's tricky.
So can we work on that rhythm against the soprano rhythm or something?
Against everything. So
Yeah.
line before, cat says fiddle-I-fee. I got me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree. So do the line before. Cat says fiddle-I-fee. I got me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree. Once again, ready and go. Cat says fiddle-I-fee. Is that an eighth? Oh, it's eighth. Cat says fiddle-I-fee. I got me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree. Once again, ready, go. Cat says fiddle-I-fee. I got me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree. Let's try it with the sopranos. So here's sopranos and altos at Cat says fiddle-I-fee. Ready and go. Cat says Can't play them both together. Hard to play together. Let me try to find that spot on the track. I really have no idea where it is.
Fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a horse.
Maybe it's here.
My cat says fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a wife.
We'll go right there. So let me mute the bass and tenor for a second.
My cat says fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a wife, my wife pleased me.
Just the altos for a second.
My cat says fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree.
Doesn't help that the piano part's kind of nutso there too. Here it comes again, altos.
My cat says fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree.
Now with the sopranos. Or I can mute both of them so nobody's singing. Here we go.
My cat says fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a wife, my wife pleased me. I fed my wife under yonder tree.
Add the tenors.
My cat says fiddle-I-fee, I bought me a my wife please me. I fed my wife on the golden tree.
Add the basses.
Where Kansas will I be? I bought me a wife, my wife please me. I fed my wife on the golden tree.
Thoughts?
It goes by really fast.
It sure does. So what I've,
Thank you,
what I've
thank you.
what I've been telling my choir is do the best you can, keep trying to sing the right notes, keep working with the rehearsal track, but and try to get the rhythms right. But in the end, just do the best you can and realize that not all the mistakes are going to be heard, especially on the chords that are sort of cacophonous, like a cluster of notes. If you sing a wrong note at that moment, nobody's going to hear it or notice it. Because it's this, my duck says quack, quack. It's just a cluster of notes. So you obviously we're always trying to sing the right notes, but come performance time, just do the best you can and don't sweat it.
Thank you.
Any other requests?
Paul,
Yes.
in the spirit of trying to sing the correct notes.
Yeah.
Page 13, when we get to the horse after the wife.
Yeah.
The horse, it's an octave leap the last time we sing it, but on this page, it's not an octave anymore. And the horse and the cow and the pig are all different than the sopranos have been singing them before. Can we just go over that once or twice? Once is good.
So my wife says, honey, honey, and then it's my horse says, nay, nay. It's a major seventh. What is it on other places where it says horse?
When it first came around, it's a one octave, it's a little higher.
Yeah, my horse says, nay, nay, is top of 11. It's an octave. And then this one time it's different. My horse says, nay, nay, and it's against the tenors who do have an octave. My horse says. So my trick for singing a major seventh is always Bali High will call you from South Pacific. It's hard to remember that. It's hard to grab that when it's going by so quickly. My horse says, nay, nay, ba, 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 ba. I have to just sort of memorize that sound.
The Griffey is different too for the pig.
And the pig. I mean, the cow is different too. The
Yeah.
cow is
So
also different.
Remember that they're different. That you have to know where the difference comes in and what it is.
My horse says, nay, nay. My cow says, boo, boo. My pig says, Griffey, Griffey. So the top note goes. Da, ba, ba. I don't know if that helps. Da, 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 ba, 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 ba.
That helps.
Super tricky.
That helps.
Super tricky. When we all get to heaven, we can have a little coffee with Aaron Copeland and say, hey man, I really liked Appalachian Spring and Fanfare of the Common Man. Just some questions for you, Aaron, about Bought Me a Cat. What were you thinking? You say the positive things first, and then you kind of hit him with the questions.
Just the one thing about he's feeding his wife under the tree, just like all the other animals. So that's why I wrote, I wish he said kiss the wife or some word that sounds better
It was just,
instead of that he's feeding her.
I think it was just a funny little kid's
Yeah,
poem,
right.
folk song. Nobody
Yeah.
was offended by when he wrote it, whatever year that was. What year did this come out? 1950. Was this okay in 1950? And then somewhere along the line, it turned into not okay.
There weren't a lot of men feeding their wives, though. Most of the wives were feeding the men. In 1950.
Not only offensive, it's historically inaccurate. Here we go. Big House. Just in time to wrap it up.
I want a big house, I want a big house. I want a big house. I want a big house, I want a big house. I want a big house. I want a big house, I want a big house. I want a big house. I want a big house with a big front door, wide enough to always fit one more, where everybody's welcome. It's late when they leave, and if they walk in broke, well, they walk out healed. Ooh, tell me about the kitchen in that house. I said, ooh, tell me about the kitchen in that house. There's a big gold table from wall to wall, with a seat for everybody, there's room for all. The poor and the shunned and the rich ones with me, believers and skeptics and those in between. There's laughter and crying and sharing of life, serving hope to the hopeless and offering light, a helping of love and a taste of truth when they come to the table with me and you. I want a big house with a big front door, wide enough to always fit one more, where everybody's welcome. It's late when they leave, and if they walk in broke, well, they walk out healed.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh, tell me about the outside of that house. I said, ooh, tell me about the outside of that house. There's a big old yard with no fence and no wall, where all the kids are welcome. Come one, come all, no matter their color or class or creed. They run, they play, they're heard, they're seen. I want a big house with a big front door, wide enough to always fit one more, where everybody's welcome. It's late when they leave, and if they walk in broke, well, they walk out. I want a big house. 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 A big house. A big house. I want a big house. A big house. A big house. I want a big house. There is peace, there is love, there is joy in that house. There is peace, there is love, there is joy in that house. There is peace, there is love, there is joy in that house. There is peace, there is love, there is joy in that house. There is peace, there is love, there is joy in that house.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Big house, let's build a big house.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I want a big house.